Good night, everyone. This is my last video. You guys remember when people were saying how, Cyborg looks so CG, just looked like a floating head on a body? Remember that? Remember when people were saying that about Cyborg and people had to defend it? Remember all the negative press that Justice League was getting? With the Amazons and all of that? I just find it so interesting how people, they say so many negative things about a particular film just to down it, just to see it fail at the box office. Like, all this hate was just to see Justice League fail at the box office. We don't hear it anymore. Where are all those people? I'm just saying. We're going to talk Cyborg. And we're going to talk about why he was the way he was. We'll talk a little bit about the evolution of the character and a little bit about his background. But first, I want to show you guys something. So, this is Cyborg here. And I always liked Cyborg. I always liked the detailing in him. I just loved how they portrayed the character. You could tell that he was fused with alien technology. When we first see Cyborg in the movie, of course, he's in a hoodie, so you can't really see all of him. But I thought it was just very interesting how this character is now one of some people's favorite character in Justice League movie. It's one of those funny things, listening to people and how fickle they can be. But when I saw this image in Justice League of Cyborg and his father, Silas Stone, trying to bring him back, it made me almost horrified, because if you do remember BVS, Silas Stone was busy trying to bring back Cyborg in the lab when we saw the files. This is what he looked like. It was pretty much just pieces of body part, like he was just a torso. Now think about what I'm saying, because I think a lot of you are not understanding what I'm saying yet. If you look at Cyborg here, the only thing that is human in him is his head. He has an eye, he has a nostril, he has a mouth, probably has a brain. The rest of him is machine. What happened here? If this is Silas Stone trying to bring back Victor Stone, and the majority of his body was somewhat intact, he had an arm, he had a chest, he had a torso, he had a head and a neck, and he had feet. What happened to bring him to this point? You get how horrific this is getting to be, and you get to see why Victor is calling Silas a monster. I mean, just a fraction of a torso is here. And finally, Silas is able to allow this mother box to work on Victor, and that's what brings Victor back. But Victor's basically, all of this part of him here, all of this is just machine. And Victor talks about it in the movie. So when we see Victor in the movie, the only parts of him that are even human, or even a semblance of human, is these parts of him right here. This part of him. Maybe his brain's human, his eyes, his nose, his mouth, and everything else is machine. How did he go from this to this? That's just horrific, thinking about what his father did to bring him back. Like, apparently the machine part of him, or the appendages he was trying to put on him, didn't work. And it looks like he had to destroy parts of his body, or parts of his body started to get destroyed, until he was dead, pretty much. He was in life support and stuff, but he's just basically a shell with a brain. It's just, I mean, it's horrific thinking about it. No doubt, I believe this is Joss Whedon's doing, and reshoots. But nonetheless, it just makes the picture even more horrific, because when you look at Cyborg, he doesn't have any of those limbs. Like, he doesn't have anything there. So he went from what seems like a person aided by appendages to this. I mean, it's just horrific thinking about what his father did to him. No wonder. No wonder he says, no, the box stays hidden. Because you will want to do to them what you did to me. You know, I get it. I mean, my gosh. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know how much you guys really reason through these things, but for me, it's just petrifying. It's horrific thinking about what Silas Stone did to Victor Stone. He didn't let him die, but he pretty much destroyed him in a way and birthed this monster. He really did birth a monster, and he really is a monster. And this really is Frankenstein come to life. I mean, just, oh my God. So leave your comments in the comment section below and think about what I just said. And, oh man, a Cyborg movie is going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. You guys have a great one.